I'm your host, David Stephen Wisnewski. Now, let's talk cannabis. I have the privilege and honor of being broadcasting from a undisclosed location,
Semi-disclosed
location in Mesa, Arizona, the studio of Chatto Studio.
Chatto Studio, yeah, I like that.
Chatto with Toke of the Day.
Toking Today. Thanks for giving it a better name that I don't have.
No, I think I saw that from somewhere.
That already exists. That's why I had to go with Toking Today.
So the primary purpose of this platform is the legalization of cannabis in Arizona, and with the legalization comes industry, and then you have people like Chatto and Chatto Studios.
This is Mellow Monkey Productions.
Is that what you're calling it?
Yeah, that's the OG. That's where all those movies are made from. But yeah, this is our studio. Are you gonna die on me? Do you need a defibrillator?
No, I've got what they like to call gastroesophageal reflux disease.
And we just had like 12 tacos.
And it's also known as heartburn.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
But it's so I got a Coke in case I'm like, oh no, I got to get sick. And I like to talk about some good topics here. We got a 2020 campaign coming up, and there's lots of good ways that the initiative is going to work in conjunction with people's medical marijuana cards and the kinds of freedoms people are going to be able to imbibe in and engage in. But before we get into all that, I'm going to ask that people please share this broadcast. I'm going to share it around for a couple of minutes and do a watch party. Let's try to get this viewership up, because the reality is we have huge opposition out there.
Yes.
We have Sheila Polk. We have Bill Montgomery. We have what's it called?
Students for
Smart Access? It's Kevin Sabat's thing. Smart Approach to Marijuana. Project Sam. You ever heard of Project Sam?
I have not, but Safe Approach to Marijuana would make those acronyms.
They call themselves Smart Approach to Marijuana. But they're just a bunch of prohibitionists. In any case, I'm going to share this broadcast around a little bit, and then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes. Before we get into all this, why don't you, if you could, please introduce yourself, and what do you do? What's your
we
thing?
did that.
Yeah, but
I'm Chatto. This is Mellow Monkey Productions Studios.
But let's go deeper. Like, what
I can only go 5 inches.
Chatto
That's we're starting soon, but I guess we're starting now. What makes Chatto tick? I guess like key Lyme disease,
all these
spotted
things.
brown. Oh no,
it doesn't sound good at all.
No. What I do, my whole background is all about medical marijuana education. I came from Los Angeles as a screenwriter and turned into a cannabis college here in Arizona. But now we have a couple of CBD dispensaries. We try to get education out to patients that you don't have to get high to get by. You can actually get relief from the cannabis plant without the psychoactive effects, and still get on with your day without pharmaceuticals. So that's a big part of what I do. The rest of what I do is sit here and talk at this table. I am trying to make something happen with this podcast, Toking Today. I think I got like 4 or 5 likes on the page. So
tell us more about Toking Today. Is it just cannabis, or are you kind of expanding beyond that?
No, Toking Today is, this is what I do. I toke all day. You see here we got the vaporizer bag, but what I'm trying to bring back is a platform for people to talk about issues, whether it be from old Hollywood, people going out to making movies and not being able to make them, who were out in the industry. I've got comedian friends, Los Angeles actors, grips, people in the industry who are still trying to struggle there, and people here in Arizona who aren't in the industry anymore, who have kind of like stepped out and done other things. So that kind of ties into the cannabis industry now. That's kind of what I did. I stepped out of the film industry and stepped into the medical marijuana industry. That seems to be what's happening, like with Belushi Farms and Mike Tyson. There's a lot of entertainment going into the cannabis now, so I'm trying to tie all that together. That's what Toking Today is actually doing. So that is Toking Today.
Well, cool. So if people want to get connected to Toking Today, how can they find you?
TokingToday.com is about to be launched, but our podcast page on Facebook is Toking Today Podcast. Yeah.
Well, all right.
It's tagged in this post.
Well.
And I got my hard P's. I'm trying to back off the mic.
Yeah, they call them Plosives. Plosives.
Now, I'm learning my pod.
That's why sometimes I go off to the side. Ladies and gentlemen, try to avoid the plosives.
So I don't pop the mic. All right.
Well, you know what's popping is we've got this smart and safe initiative, and I've pretty much talked a lot about it, but I just want to know, like, your opinion. Do you think it should pass? But let me just kind of break it down for people who are just tuning in for the first time. We have a 2020 initiative, and it doesn't actually repeal our current prohibition. It sits on top of prohibition, so what's covered under this law is legal. What's not covered defaults to the existing prohibition. So you get 1 ounce to possess outside your house. Then you get up to 2.5 ounces, which is a petty offense. That's like a traffic ticket. Above 2.5 ounces, you're defaulting to felony prohibition. You get 6 plants to grow at your house, and you can keep everything you cultivate from your 6 plants at your house. As soon as you leave your house, you can only have that 1 ounce, however. But if you end up with 7 plants, you've then fallen off the law, and now you're looking at felony prohibition. With concentrates, they give you 5 grams that are legal. Up to 12.5 grams is a petty offense. Over 12.5 grams defaults to felony prohibition.
From gram number 1.
Actually, I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be exactly like that. And that's the way it is right now with the medical marijuana program. If you fall off, it's like you never had a medical marijuana card.
Right.
You have 0 protections. But that's because there's a program. So in this case, there's not a program. And so there's the argument that you might only get hit with the allotment over the legal amount instead of the entire amount. So it might not be so severe like it is for the medical marijuana program.
Okay.
Well, the industry side of things kind of strengthens the current oligopoly. Current dispensaries are going to get a head start, and they might be the vast majority of who's selling any cannabis legally after 2020, at least immediately. And it's got some expungement. People who have a criminal record for 1 ounce or less, or 2.5 ounces or less, or 6 plants can apply to get that taken off their record. And they can say they've never been arrested for cannabis, but with the legalization, it also gives you gun rights, because right now, if you have possession of marijuana, you're in possession of a controlled substance under the Arizona law. And if you're not in possession of an illegal controlled substance, you have not committed misconduct with a firearm. So this will protect everybody's guns and their marijuana when they have them together, at least for the ounce or less.
On a state level. And if you get pulled over by Border Patrol, that's a different story.
That's a whole different story. And that's true. It's totally illegal to have a gun of marijuana under federal law.
Whether you have a medical marijuana card, not have a medical marijuana card, doesn't matter if you're on a list or not on a list. You have weed and a gun together, it's federally illegal.
Right, but
so
chances are you're going to get hit by a state cop.
Right. So the medical marijuana card you have now, and could you have a gun with it now?
Yes. So there's a huge misconception right now. I've heard people say, I don't want to get a medical marijuana card because I don't want to be put on a list. I don't want to give up my gun rights. But the fact of the matter is, you're already at risk of getting in trouble by using marijuana illegally and having a gun, because the crime is misconduct with a firearm. And the way you get misconduct with a firearm is by having it in the vicinity of an illegal controlled substance under the Arizona Constitution. And if you don't have a card, you are in possession of an illegal controlled substance. If you have your card, it's not, legal controlled substance. Therefore, you've not engaged in misconduct with a firearm. Right. So you're actually more protected as a gun owner getting your medical marijuana card than you are trying to avoid being on a list.
Right.
Same thing here. You're going to get your gun rights protected once this passes.
Without having to have a medical marijuana card, without having to pay any fees, without having to get on any list. You'll just automatically be protected by state laws when state law takes effect if you pass and vote yes.
As long as you're not breaking
federal laws. Like, don't rob a bank.
Not federal. The parameters set forth in the Smart and Safe initiative.
Okay.
You can't go over your 6 plants.
Right. And don't rob a bank too.
And don't do that. And I'm not sure if you're protected in between 1 ounce and 2.5 ounces and 5 grams of concentrates and 12.5. I need clarification on that. I would think you might be, but just to be safe, don't travel with more than the legal amount.
Right.
And a gun.
Yeah.
So, and then now there's this competing group who's looking to possibly destroy it if they don't get their way. What do you make of the situation? What's your view on the whole fiasco?
I'm just looking at it back like we did back in before with the MPP initiative. That was they had the gatherers, the signature gatherers, and then there was the group that had their own initiatives and their own agendas that pretty much put a stop to it. It seems like they cost them 50,000 votes, and that would have swayed the yes, I would say.
Yeah, it could happen again.
Yeah, so that just in general is what I'm looking at. I have my own issues with the legalization, but once again, it's personal issues that really don't matter on a global or a state scale. So I would say do what's right. If there for some reason that says we're gonna kill babies in this initiative, then I would vote no. But if it's gonna save babies in this initiative, then I would vote yes. It sounds like it's going to save babies. Am I right?
I think it's going to save babies. In particular, it's designed to retain parental rights.
Yeah.
Right now, medical marijuana patients do get their kids compensated by the state. And then it gets crazier from there. But it seems like it's going to open up a lot of cool opportunities. Things that I'm excited for is the whole 6 plants of home grow. And they say you can have a greenhouse.
Yeah.
I've seen these greenhouse trees 20 feet tall.
I don't know.
You don't think I can grow one?
I mean, if you grow a greenhouse tree, you're gonna get some shitty weed off it. I think.
How do you know?
Because I've done this, man. This is what.
Tell me about what you did.
You want small, good plants. You don't want really big, thick plants. You want because you can't.
So you're telling me I can't grow a giant dank marijuana?
I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying you. I don't know. If you like big stems in the middle of your flower, go for it. But
you can remove the stem.
Yeah, you pull all the weed out, and there's a stem there in the middle of it, and whatever.
Are you a master grower?
No, and that's just it. I am not a master grower, and neither are you or any of the other people that want 6 fucking plants.
With enough practice.
No, it's a lot of work, and you have to have a natural skill too, man. You have to have a green thumb.
Well,
so if you're growing the 6 plants, that's awesome. My hat's off to you, but more than likely what's going to happen is you're going to vote yes, and they're going to get some good weed in here, and we're going to get a lot more opportunities to grow more plants because there'll be more grows now. There'll be 130 more grows, and those grows can have bigger operations and bigger facilities because they're legal.
Well, I'm voting yes.
Yeah.
But I don't think this should be the last law for marijuana Arizona ever passes, and I'm definitely advocating for further reform. But there is definitely a huge pushback from part of the industry. This Arizona Cannabis Chamber of Commerce seems to might be interested in torpedoing this initiative if they don't get their way. And they're not going to come out right and say it, we're going to torpedo this initiative. They would do it in the form of competing and putting something else on the ballot right next to it. So I just want to be the first guy to say this. If there is a second marijuana option on the 2020 initiative, we must all push a yes on both campaign. Otherwise, both initiatives will cancel each other out. They will both fail, and we will be left with nothing.
Yes.
Anybody who says vote for one and not the other has splitting the vote in mind. Anybody who says vote yes on both has progress in mind. We can get this out of the way and get something else for another election cycle. But if there are 2 initiatives, the only way we'll pass either of them is if we pass both of them, in my opinion.
I agreed.
But I don't know what the second one's going to look like. We have no language, and they haven't necessarily shown that consumer interests were a key factor. Now, I've done a good job in inserting Tom Dean, attorney for cannabis, within the circles of this Chamber of Commerce. And there's been a meeting recently between Tom and one of these guys, and all of our consumer interests have been.
So I saw the other side of this. I saw where they said Tom was an uninvited guest and took over
Different meeting.
their meeting. But it's the same group.
Same group.
Tom Dean.
You're talking about the public meeting. I'm talking about a one-on-one private meeting.
So after he stormed the public meeting.
Oh, yeah. This was like 2 days ago.
So I saw the public meeting be publicly say, fuck Tom Dean.
Yeah, and that wasn't the Chamber of Commerce necessarily. That was
a few
couple
individuals
people. It was just randoms. And you know what? That meeting was weird. I love Michelle. I think she's a great activist. But quite honestly, they were debating the gateway theory there. And I think we're way beyond that. The topic was to legalize or not.
Oh yeah.
And I'm definitely not having that argument. It's already legalized for me. I don't need to say legalize or not. I have no business debating the gateway theory. I believe that we are decades beyond that.
Right.
So in any case, there was another meeting, and Tom had relayed our consumer interests. We don't want to get arrested for DUI automatically. We want grow rights. We need to take away all the felonies for consumer level activities. We need to make sure parents aren't getting arrested, post conviction relief. And so one of the things that they were reluctant was giving us DUI protections.
Right.
Apparently there's a huge demand from law enforcement, like a need, a want, to go after people for marijuana DUIs who are not even high. They want to be able to say, you smoked last week, you have it in your system, I'm charging you for a DUI.
Right. Still prohibition.
And I don't think that's acceptable. I don't want to please those guys just because they're going to be in opposition if we don't get that.
Right.
Tom's got this great concept I like to it resonates with me. It's not really legalization if at the point everybody gets behind the wheel they're a DUI.
Right.
So that's why we need to have DUI protections.
Definitely. And I definitely think a field sobriety test is important, more so than like a swab test or a breathalyzer or.
Well, he also says don't take a field sobriety test. But then I see other people saying, well, if you don't take a field sobriety test, you're gonna get taken downtown.
Right.
Have you ever refused a field sobriety test?
I've never taken a field sobriety test, or had been asked to.
I've been pulled out of the car and they get the flashlight and they shine it in my eyes. And I have astigmatism and strabismus. My eyes are like lazy eye and like all kooky. And so even when I have no drugs in my system, my eyes jump around like I'm drunk.
When do you have no drugs in your system?
Okay, no alcohol. Even when I don't have alcohol in my system, my eyes jump around like I'm drunk.
Right.
So I never passed those tests.
Yeah.
And I have to be like, no, officer, my eyes are just googly.
So do they make you walk the line?
Well, I don't remember having to walk the line. I forgot what happened. Actually, I remember getting arrested anyways during that time because I had a warrant for my arrest.
Oh,
so I didn't need to walk the line.
You're going to jail anyway.
Yeah, you're like, oh, yeah, you're right. I was just kidding about the eye thing. I didn't even smell marijuana.
What was your warrant for, Dave?
But you have a warrant, so I'm arresting you anyways.
What'd you go to jail for, Dave?
So I had a felony warrant for not cooperating with the cops after I had gotten arrested initially for marijuana because I got arrested twice back to back. And so they wanted me to cooperate with the cops to do something stupid to get my charges dismissed, and I wasn't cooperating.
Roll over on your dealer or what?
Yeah, they wanted me to narc someone out.
Oh wow!
So
you did not do it.
I did not do it, and so since I wasn't cooperating, they put a felony warrant out for my arrest.
So because you didn't rat on somebody, they put a felony warrant on you.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I got arrested again.
Wow.
So I got arrested for marijuana possession twice. And then they tried to get me on some deal. I didn't want to work with their deal. And so they let me wander off to the world. They said, you need to call us back. I was like, screw that. I'm just going to walk away. And then they put a warrant out for my arrest for not working with them. And then so the third time I got arrested was just for not cooperating.
Damn, man. Yeah, I have not had those kind of issues, especially with weed. I've been pretty lucky with the cannabis. They've always given it back. So.
No, this was 2007.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's terrible. No, I was in Los Angeles at that time, and we were pulled over for in Compton, and
City of Compton.
Yeah.
They don't even allow dispensaries.
No, and so we get pulled over. We were doing a jiu-jitsu tournament at the time, and in Torrance, and we end up in Compton looking for a hairdryer so they can do a sweatsuit or some shit. I never tried to make weight. I always did my own weight. But they were trying to get sweated out.
Shadow used to be a cage fighter, ladies and gentlemen.
But the city of Compton cops...
I want to see him fight Sean Morley.
I don't want to fight anybody, dude. I'll smoke with the dude. The city
he
of
works
Compton,
at Health for Life.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
Val Venus.
Oh.
The WWE wrestler.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know.
You don't follow Sean Morley?
No, man.
Captain Cannabis.
Oh,
He's
yeah?
always screaming about Bitcoin anarchy.
Anyways, I was going to tell you this Compton cop story where they fingered my asshole. But
Oh, gross.
we can go on.
I don't know if I wanted to hear that story.
So anyways, Sean Morley is a professional wrestler who sells weed.
He was a WWE wrestler known as Val Venus. And now he works at Health for Life Dispensary.
Wow. Which one did you know? Did you say?
I think
We have like 12.
the north one,
Oh, yeah?
the one not south.
There's like 8 of them. There's one right over here, though, that I go to. That's where I get this weed. This weed we're smoking on is right over here off of Main Street, which is Apache and Crimson. I think it's Crimson is their actual address. Or is it Crimson?
I think the best price on RSO can be found at Cave Creek Cannabis. Have you seen any RSO at Health for Life?
I don't know, but I don't
Do you
really...
even like RSO?
I'm vaping flower, man. That's all I've been doing.
Not even eating the edibles?
Well, I do the candy from Yilo because I get 100 milligrams for $10, and they charge you for 0.1 milligram for 1 ounce. I mean, god damn it.
Yilo's got some pretty good drinks.
I get 10 fucking 100 milligram fucking bags for 1 gram on my limit, and that's why I go there, because fucking nobody knows how to do edibles right on the medical marijuana limits on the dispensaries.
Well, from what I understand is that there's not a standard. Everyone's doing their own thing.
Right.
And you're
So fuck those places.
hoping it's right.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go to the place that does it right.
Well,
If it's a gram,
Cave Creek's
it's 1,000
got
milligrams.
1-to-1 on the Corova bars. The 2,000 milligrams are just 2 grams against your allotment.
Well, yeah, that's what it should be. It's what all of them should be.
Yeah.
So
we're still doing that.
For every 100 milligrams, it's
But
1/10 of a gram.
It's brand for brand.
No, it's not. It's a gram is a gram, no matter where you go.
But brand for brand, they're doing it differently.
I know they call how much flour's in there.
True Infusion saying doing things differently. Copper State, and then I got 3 brands that have got them all Genki.
Yeah,
at least
they're all fucking retarded, man. Because if it's 1,000 milligrams equals 1 gram, that's it. There's no other rule about it. 1,000 milligrams is 1 gram. That's a fact. You cannot break that down any other way. No matter how much flour goes into it, how much stems go into it, 1,000 milligrams is a gram.
I agree.
Yeah.
But we're not the Supreme Court.
I am the supreme ruler of this fucking podcast, and I say if I'm going to buy edibles, it's going to be 1,000 milligrams is equal 1 gram, no matter where I go. And if somebody says no, it's not the way it is.
Oh,
I don't go there. I don't spend my money with those fucking
black
places.
market guys are.
No, I go to Yilo.
They're putting things on your allotment. I know this is on the street, but I got to tell the state.
No, I go to fucking Yilo. They're not black market. They're doing it right.
Yeah, no, I was just kidding.
Don't go to places that do it wrong. That's all I'm saying. Like Cave Creek Cannabis might be doing it wrong.
They're not. They're definitely doing it right. But we don't even produce our own products.
No,
it's brand for brand. So
Yeah.
even if, let's say,
that's what I'm saying. That's not right. That doesn't matter. So 1,000 milligrams is still a gram, no matter what brand it comes from. I know they will put 3 grams on it's like 4 grams of flour to make this piece of shit product. That's not my problem. I got 1,000 milligrams from you. I got a gram from you. Doesn't matter how much flour goes into making that 100 milligrams or 500
according
milligrams.
to the state, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
The Supreme Court.
Usable marijuana. What did I get usable out of it?
The Supreme Court has stated you can only have as much concentrate that 2.5 ounces of usable material can make.
Okay. So what is usable material?
The dried flower.
Hold on. If we make it from stems and leaves and whatever dry flower.
Stems and leaves are not usable material.
Okay, but that's what most of our concentrates are made out of. You know that, right?
Right.
Okay, hold on. Let's just pause there for a second. I get the oil out of there, and then what do I do with the stems and leaves?
Stems and leaves were never usable
material.
Okay,
let's just say I put bud in there. Let's just say it was usable material. Let's say I put flour in there, and I get the oil out of there. Now, what do I do with that flour in there?
After what?
After I got the oil out of it.
I don't care. What are you going to do?
It's not usable, right? It's trash. But it weighs something.
I'm not going to say it's not usable anymore. I couldn't make that argument.
Well, if stems and leaves aren't usable, either way.
If it's from flour, you could probably still argue that it is usable material after it's been squeezed.
Okay, so let's say it's usable material. That should be weighed, and that should not go against what they put in my fucking edible. Does that make sense? If you say it took 3 grams yeah.
There is an argument.
Yeah, if you say you put 3 grams in it, put 3 fucking grams in it.
Don't
throw 3 grams away or put it back on the shelf.
Because that usable material has been retained. It's kind of like I say the same thing. Why your indica vape isn't gonna feel like smoking flower
Because it's not full flower.
It's been retained.
You got just THC
it's been left behind. That material is left behind.
So I only got 500 milligrams of that flower, and I should only be charged with 500 milligrams of that flower, not the whole fucking bud.
I just don't think that narrative's caught on, that angle.
Because nobody's fucking smart enough. They don't want to fucking look at it that way.
I think everybody's smart enough.
I'm not saying I'm smarter than everybody. I'm saying
have it just explained that way. Because even though
take it for what it is.
They use that material, there's obviously waste from that material.
It's still weighable material,
which you're not getting.
Right. I only got 500 milligrams, and that's weighable, and that's a half a gram, and that's the bottom line, and that's all I ever got, and that's the fact. And that's what I should be charged for.
And you know what? It's not always the lawyers that figure these things out. Sometimes it does come from people just like critically analyzing the situation.
I've been saying this since 2012, dude.
Yeah, but
I've told you this before.
No, I didn't hear it at all.
In my story, we talked about this.
It's only been a fiasco for like a year and a half. So since 2012,
I've been saying this shit since we opened up Herbal Wellness Center.
Yeah, but only for like a year and a half has it even mattered that it wasn't 1-to-1, or that it might not end up being 1-to-1.
It would never be. It's 500 milligrams is a half a gram, no matter what it is. It weighs a half a gram. If I got a half a gram of usable material out of it, I got a half a gram of usable material out of it. Doesn't matter how much my starting was ever to begin with. What I got was usable, and that's all I got should be charged for.
Well,
I shouldn't get charged for what's left in the can.
Tell the Supreme Court, because they got a different opinion.
They do not. They
do. It literally says as much concentrate comes from 2.5 ounces.
Right. That's the usable material. No, I don't know about that. That's stupid.
That's what it says. It is stupid.
Then that's 2.5 grams.
Right. I understand, but the law is stupid like that. Just like how the medical program, you can grow 12 plants, but you can only keep 2.5 ounces. The law is stupid.
Right.
The medical program is stupid.
Right. I vape flour and say fuck it all. I get 2.5 ounces of flour. I vape it. It lasts me 2 weeks. I get another 2.5 ounces. I vape it, and we're good. I get a gram of this every once in a while.
But it still works for a lot of people, and just because it's awkward and absurd and it makes no sense in some areas, I'd still rather have it than not at this point in time.
It's awkward and absurd.
It is awkward and absurd.
But so is life. And that's what it is.
Oh.
Hey, Dad, I see you watching. Yeah. So shout out to my father.
Hi.
Johnny O.
I'm Dave Wisnewski.
This is Dave Wisnewski.
This is Chad O.
My dad said, do not do drugs if you go to California. And here we are with a cannabis podcast, and he's watching it.
From California?
No.
Oh.
He's in Las Vegas.
Chad's a healer, not a dealer.
That's what my shirt says.
And you get that?
And yours says marijuana is safer.
Then pharma. Oh, I'm so happy. I got gastroesophageal reflux disease, and I finally get to get away from the VA and go to civilians and get checked out. I started crying when I heard that because the VA sucks so bad.
So now you get an actual doctor?
A real doctor. I go to the VA and I heard a nurse refer to a civilian hospital as a real hospital. So I'm like, what the hell am I doing here? I have real health problems. If this isn't a real hospital, then why the hell am I at the VA?
Yeah, this is why.
And then every time I go, they're like, I'm training, I'm a student, is that okay? And I'm thinking, really, no, it's not okay. I need a doctor.
No, the doctors are the real hospital. You get the students.
No, the doctors are at the real hospitals.
Yeah. Wow.
And then if you have a heart attack in the waiting room, they take you to another hospital, probably. You're like, oh, crap.
Call 911. Somebody call the ambulance.
Everybody, we have a real problem here.
Yeah. Wow. That's funny. That's terrible.
I recommend anyone and every veteran try to choice out their health care to civilians. It's at least I've heard some other VAs are pretty good. The Phoenix VA is notorious for being the worst in the nation.
Wow. Yeah,
death panels.
They actually have a lot of just suicides in this parking lot here. I mean, it's pretty rough.
I really understand where people come from because we look around, we're in pain, we're so symptomatic. We feel like the only people we can turn to is the VA. And every time you go in there, right when you get in, it feels like the only thing they have in mind is kicking you down the road 6 months and not even listening to what you have to say. And then so you end up leaving the appointment and you're like, wait a second, nothing happened and now I can't see them for another 6 months. And then you go back 6 months later and it happens again. And all of a sudden 2 or 3 years go by and you're like, why am I not getting treatment?
Yeah.
And then you hear about people in civilians, they get seen and treated in like a month and a half with like 10 appointments and you're like, I got 3 appointments in 2 years.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
So when I got in a car accident, I got my care choiced out to civilians. I was able to schedule 8 different physical therapy appointments before the VA would even assess me to see if I even needed physical therapy.
Wow, so you had to go through 8 appointments.
Well,
like, how fucked up?
let
Physical therapy is
me
kind of important.
let me try to rephrase that. I got in a car accident. The VA said, I'll see you in 2 months.
So you're already hurting.
I said, no, I need to see civilians. So they said, okay, go to civilians. And then I got 8 physical therapy appointments before the VA would have even been able to analyze me for the car accident.
Wow.
So that's what the
So
comparison.
yeah. So you got through the physical therapy before you even got to the doctor.
Yeah, and that's because we have the choice program now, and sometimes veterans don't know about it. And I feel like sometimes they don't even want to offer it until you have a breakdown. And after you're like having a panic attack in front of them, then they're like, oh shit, I don't even want to deal with this guy's panic. Okay, you can go see a real doctor. Now that I realize you actually have health problems, you should go see someone who could do something about that.
Wow. So you have to fucking just freak out on them. And
Yeah, unfortunately you do.
Wow.
Every single time I've ever gotten progress from the VA, it's always been immediately after a panic attack on site.
Wow. That's it.
Yeah.
So they just don't want to deal with you anymore. So here.
Yeah, they're like shit. This guy's like causing a scene. Let's just okay, fine.
Go to a real doctor.
Yeah.
Go to the real hospital.
We have enough people that we can just mess around with in the meantime.
Well, brother, I'm glad you're getting better though. Getting better choices, getting things figured out, and voting yes, man. getting that legalization for everybody. You're still out there fighting, even with all this bullshit going on with your health. You're still out there putting it out for other people, making sure that they're getting taken care of. Yeah,
we need access. We need grow rights. We need to be able to mess with this medicine on a personal level.
Yeah, well, that's awesome, brother. I mean, my hat's off to you. I can't do it. I'm proud of you for doing it every day. And somebody should support you for doing all this, man. You should be out there on the front line getting paid to be on the front line. But I know you're out there volunteering a lot and doing it on your own dime and your own time, and that's fucking passionate, brother.
Thanks for the support.
Yeah.
Chado, everybody.
The end.
Toke of the day.
Toking Today. You fuck. Man, the orange shirt is really glowing under this blue light. It looks pretty fucking cool.
I just try to be. It's called super passive, super aggressive. Well, I don't have to say anything, but I'm really loud and in your face. Also known as being covertly hostile.
How many of these shirts did you personally pay for and give out for free, man?
Thousands of dollars worth, probably close to like $7,000 or $8,000 worth of T-shirts total.
That's a lot of fucking T-shirts.
The vast majority of my T-shirts are Safer shirts. You ever see Doug? And then his closet's all the same T-shirt.
That's all you have?
It's kind of like me, but they're different colors.
That's cool. I got a purple one. You wore your purple one the other day, last time you were on the show.
Yeah, I call it my Phoenix Suns edition.
Yeah, I'm hitting these hard P's now again. Yeah, I know. That's what I was
Peter
saying.
Piper picked a pair of pickled peppers.
Yeah, I know these podcast listeners are getting that earful.
P.D. Pablo perpetuated Pueblos.
Hey, Allison. Thanks for joining. Somebody say something to Dave so he can stop popping in the mic.
Pop it like it's perpetuating prickly pears.
Yeah, that's the only P word you can come up with.
Perpetuating.
Perpetuate prickly pears. That's a lot of pops.
Paranormal pizza pies pretending
That's
Peter's
pizza guys.
Perpetuated. Perpetuated Paul's Peter.
This is perpetuating legalization with perpetual Peters.
Perpetual Peters, we're talking about plosives.
That's a good band name.
Plosives are when you puff your peas in the microphone, and I'm trying to just making sure we're not puffing our peas with our plosives.
I'm trying not to. I
love the word plosives. After taco night, I have lots of plosives.
Plosives.
It sounds disgusting.
It sounds like something that happens at Pilates. Like, I had diarrhea. It's really plosive.
Oh, nasty. Plosive.
I got plosive diarrhea.
Well.
Sorry, guys.
We're digressing.
Dinner time for you.
I guess that word makes sense here.
Digressing.
In any way, shape, or form, we got a whole year left of discussion and debate. This vote isn't till November 2020, so we got. Are our work cut out for us.
There's a lot, man. And the great thing about getting the support of the actual dispensaries, like you guys with the safe.
And just remember, the dispensaries are split.
Yeah, well, at least you got some money to back it up with this initiative. Then get out there and pay volunteers, not pay volunteers, pay signature collectors to get out there and actually do the work.
Yeah, I think there's some volunteers, but I think they're paying. I'm not sure the company. You can ask Michael Weiser tomorrow what company people are getting paid to collect signatures. So if people want to collect signatures and get paid, they could go to get hired by that company.
That's awesome.
So if you're interested in that, that'll be tomorrow on
Toking Today.
Toking Today
At 1 p.m.
Toking Today, 1 p.m. Find out how you can potentially get hired to collect signatures for this mission.
Boom. That was a boom. Like a mic drop. I don't have a mic drop, so I dropped the nuclear bomb.
That's very impressive.
Yeah.
You just
Boom.
bombed me?
I just bombed.
I'm
you.
offended.
I don't know who got bombed. One of us got bombed. It might have been on the wide shot, but I didn't see it.
You better not run for office.
No, it was.
I'm going
to
to use this against you.
I was just watching the playback. It was on both of us.
Oh.
Yeah, I got bombed on live TV, or live internet live. All internet's live.
So this is Shadow Studios setup. I'm sure some people have tried watching my videos on this platform, and lots of times it's just choppy and
So now it's spooky.
it's spooky and smooth. There's a fog machine. I'm blue and orange.
Yeah, we're doing things differently here.
So I'm going to try to come over here more as things progress during this campaign. And tomorrow, he's going to have Michael Weiser, the director of Normal, 1 p.m. at Toking Today.
On Toking Today.
Which
Here.
is a reference
It's not
to
here.
which is a reference to toking marijuana.
Which is a reference to talking too. Today.
And the current day
Which
that
is now.
we're in.
Yeah, yeah. So we're talking and toking today, which is now.
Yes.
It's all happening at this moment live.
Talking
'Cause we're
cannabis.
streaming. So it's Toking Today streaming podcast. It's for all those who are inept out there.
You know, I don't know what it is with the blue light, but it makes me feel calmer than
Yeah.
yellow light.
Yeah, the last cast from Herbal Risings was an orange light to complement your orange shirt.
Yeah, but it gave me anxiety.
It did, huh? Well, I think it's because we were from my page. You're more comfortable on your page. Your
I just think
people.
it was the color of light. Blue is calming.
Yeah, I like it. It doesn't look as good on the screen. We look a little bit avatarish, but
That's
okay.
fine for me.
Yeah, I dig it. You dig it? Is anybody talking to you on your
I don't know.
podcast?
No, I'm
On your live cast? Have we got any comments, April, over there?
I've been doing a watch party from Safer 2020 because I got a second page.
I've been doing it from my page.
April's the only one who could read any
Oh, Allison.
comments.
Allison did say, "Hi, Dave. How are you?"
She didn't say anything to you.
But it was on my page, so
yeah.
she had to find you through me.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
Hi, Allison.
She-
Tell Allison I said hi.
she's gone now.
Oh.
But we'll tell her. Whoops, fuck, I can't do that. We've been toking today a lot, and the screen is moving on me when I'm trying to hold it still. Dave says hi, Allison, but there's no Allison here, and I'm just saying this to say it. But if you're here and there's 8 people watching me say hi to Allison who's not here, say fucking hi. Do something. I know you hear us.
Well, in any way, shape, or form, these are some reasons that I think are awesome about the 2020 initiative in conjunction with
I'm an idiot. Go on.
being a medical marijuana patient. Right now, patients can use alcohol to make RSO from their marijuana. Now, this gives patients the ability to cultivate their marijuana, but the adult use initiative does not allow people to use alcohol to extract their marijuana. But your marijuana card will.
So if I put these two things together, I can't do that no more.
You can right now because you're a marijuana patient.
Okay, but can I
you
do that
can't.
if I have a card?
You
then?
can't without a card.
Okay.
So just keep your card. You can make RSO from alcohol with your home grow. Additionally, you won't have to pay the 16% tax on your 2.5 ounces of marijuana if you keep your card. You can also have access to more than your 2.5 ounces of marijuana because once you run out of your allotment, you can just go across the dispensary to the recreational side and start buying recreational marijuana. So patients like myself who run out of allotment can actually get more. Right now, patients get their kids taken by the police,
which is bad.
and this new initiative protects people's rights, including parental rights.
Which is great.
So you can be a parent without being considered automatically neglectful and abusive to your kids.
Which is awesome.
Just for using marijuana.
I feel like I'm a podcast hype man. I'm just in the back going, awesome.
There we go.
Put your hands up, everybody. This is the podcast. We are feeling gentle today with Dave Wisnewski.
Yeah, there's just a handful of good reasons why they work good together.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off. I wanted to, you were getting on a tangent. I wanted to calm you down.
I don't even remember.
You were talking about parents getting taken away, but
yes,
parents getting taken away from the kids. Please take it away with
Keep
parents.
it moving forward.
Yes, be cautious. But yes, Dave. I know you're passionate about this, man. I know
it's not passion. It's actually just straight up PTSD, and you're seeing a panic attack happen.
Well, let's bring you back down. Now, what are you toking on, my friend? Over
I
there?
need you to get
you got your bag over there.
A tranquilizer dart and just dart me in the neck.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy.
I like you. You're crazy.
That's funny that we just knew what the fuck I was talking about.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I was thinking about it before I even said it.
Yeah, no, and so was I. That's the cannabis talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's our cannabis minds melding.
But that's not to say I don't fully understand why people
Fourth
aren't
dimension
happy
talk
with
that we were talking about earlier. The molecule, the THC, it linked from mine to yours without having to fucking transfer it. That's fourth dimension.
They call that quantum entanglement.
Yes, and that's how that happens.
Are you trying to say part of you is inside of me?
Yeah, but that was earlier. We had that.
Part of me is inside of you.
Well, I didn't spit.
Do you remember when Meg made Brian eat some of her hair?
Yeah. And you had all that food in the green room. Think about it.
I was thinking about that earlier. And it's like, these Chex Mix taste kind of chatty.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. Gross. Anyways.
Chad Mix.
I've said my piece.
I didn't mean to disrupt your piece.
I don't even remember what I was talking about.
I know, you were on a tangent. I
black out when I go on these things.
Just reel you
it's
in,
like I have
friend.
to have an out-of-body experience and go in the audience and just watch myself.
Yeah, I know.
And by the time I'm done, I'll come back and be like, what happened?
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir at the moment. So let's make sure.
I've never even heard you sing.
Well, I was talking about the choir that's watching you. You're 12 fans at the moment.
Yeah, I understand. But also, when people share these threads to people who aren't part of the choir,
they don't want to see an angry man yelling at them. So we got to reel it in.
I'm not
and
angry.
Talk to them about it.
I'm just having a panic attack.
I know. This is your page. Do what you want. I just want to make sure you're not panicking other people, triggering them.
Sometimes I project my PTSD. Because I get super tripped up.
You have to keep it calm.
was at the Grand Canyon one time, and a guy tried telling me alcohol was safer than marijuana, and I lashed out.
A T-shirt that said the same thing? Like,
no, he was just trying to tell me my T-shirt was wrong.
He was trying. Okay.
And that alcohol is safer.
Oh, he was trying to tell you alcohol was safer than marijuana.
I had a breakdown.
I thought he had
at the Grand Canyon.
And so you went off on him, or
I just started screaming.
And how did that? Did you go into the Grand Canyon?
It was loud. There was a lot of people.
Did it echo?
How am I supposed to hear myself listening to everybody breathe?
Yeah. So just shut them off and talk loud. Well, that's the thing about the internet. You don't have to hear them breathe anymore. They're out there watching you.
What
breathe.
is this?
It's a bag you need to empty so we can load a new one. But I think I need to load a new bowl. It's a little weak. Hold on set for 1 second. I'll load us a new one.
Ladies and gentlemen, this segment is brought to you by a volcano.
Yeah, I need a new one.
Found in the middle of the ocean, they spew lava and sometimes create islands or chains of islands over what are known as hotspots.
Right.
But this is a different kind of volcano. Chad Old Chefski. He's like an old chef. Yep. Ski.
Mm-hmm.
Do people ever just call you Ski?
No, most people call me Chad O because I don't tell my fucking last name, but you're putting it out there on the internet.
Don't say the F word. This is a family show.
I'm sorry, this is your page. I forgot this was your show. Actually, my show we say fuck on. Your show we do not.
Actually, I did change the parameters. Nobody's allowed to watch my page unless they're 18 or over.
Okay, so we can say fuck.
And we can give out tobacco products.
Well, I don't know if you can do that. You have to have a tobacco license.
Even to give it out for free?
I don't know, to buy it wholesale.
Yeah, but what if I was just
retail?
like, spin this bottle to get free zigzags?
There you go. Spin the bottle for zigzags. What is the objective of the bottle? Does it land on the zigzag, or does it just stop spinning and you get a zigzag? The longer you get, the more papers you get.
I have one of those spinner things with the ding, 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 ding.
It's not a bottle at all.
But I have one in case you wanted it.
I have one.
I've never even used it.
We have one at Glendale store. We need one for the other stores. I'll take your little spinner wheel.
I've never even taken it out of the box.
I'll trade you for the computer over there.
All right.
So yeah,
That's a good trade.
There you go. Even though I already told you I'll give you the computer, and you already told me to give me the spinner.
Yeah.
Now we're trading.
You can utilize it to get people to spin it.
That's the idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They spin it, and I lose more products. Yeah.
Unless you have one that says this means you have to pay double for what you were going to buy.
You know, I try that, and they seem to protest on that. But it's okay when I give them double the product. But when I ask for double the money, they
Wait a second. I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah,
I
just say what's fair is fair. A spin of the wheel is a spin of the wheel.
Yeah.
Chance is chance. You go to Vegas, you don't just go, oh, I only want to win. The house wins too.
One of them just says, get your hand shot with a pellet gun. Like, why is that even there?
Because I ran out of spaces. I don't know what else to put there.
And I had a pellet gun.
Yeah.
You have a hand.
So, spin the wheel.
What a jacked up game. Nothing is fatal. It's very risky.
Yeah. And plus, there's free CBD involved. So, if you get shot in the hand, it's still, you go home with some CBD because you bought CBD.
So this is a Volcano.
It's a Volcano. And we're pumping it on now. And your little bag is filling now.
So Chad has stores where he sells CBD.
That was implied.
And CBD accessories.
Yeah.
Where are they all at?
CBD and CBD accessories. That's my worst Hank Hill ever. They are in Glendale at 6506 West Glendale. They are in Mesa at 420 East Main Street. No,
What are the cross
no,
streets?
420 East. God damn it! What's my store? 420 East.
Do you even
Mesa.
have one in Mesa?
Yeah.
Alma School on Main Street?
No, I can't remember the goddamn street. It's on Southern. 420 East Southern.
This guy, I think he's got a store in Mesa.
We've had a couple, and then I got one at 4448 East Main Street.
Alma School in Southern?
No, it's at Mesa and Southern. That's why I was throwing off. It's at Mesa and Southern.
What's it called?
It says CBD dispensary right next to Food City. That's Herbal Risings.
All right.
But CBDMSA.com if you want to check it out.
So you guys sell the shatter of CBD?
We don't do the shatter so much anymore. We used to carry a True Infusion shatter, but people really didn't care for it. They wanted the isolates or the waxes. They really don't.
So what's your most potent CBD tincture?
Right now we have a 2,000 milligram, but really it's not about potency, man. It's about absorption. And the oils we use are different than the oils most other people use.
Why?
Because most other people use coconut oil because they make them in mass production.
I like to use motor oil.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think your body absorbs that real well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good for topicals.
Yeah. But if you
crude oil straight out of the ground.
Yeah. No, it's just your body absorbs certain oils better, and that's the oils we use in our products. So most people use coconut oil, MCT oil. If you use coconut oil as a whole coconut oil, it's got a lot of fat in it, right?
What about if I just use bacon fat and infuse that with CBD?
Do you want the education? It's
an oil, isn't it?
You can use. I think bacon fat would be a great absorption for CBD and THC. I think that'd be amazing. You could probably cook a lot of things in it. Fried chicken, THC fried chicken. That would be really good. Throw your cannabis and your grease first. Cook it up. Let it cook for a little bit, and then scoop the cannabis out with a strainer and let the oil harden again, and then throw it in there for the fucking chicken next time. Yeah, infused cannabis cooking oil right there.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, bacon grease infused. I just gave you a fucking recipe right there. I keep on saying the F word on your show.
My restaurant is called Everything Infused with Bacon Grease.
Yeah.
And THC.
Bacon THC. THC bacon. There's a word there. I'm missing it. Where you can put THC and bacon together. I can't come up with it just yet.
Bacon?
Bacon C? Bacon C.
Bacot.
No bacon C.
THC. There's a C in bacon and a B in
I know,
THC.
that's what I'm saying. It's there. I just don't know what it is.
So you write bacon and then THC, and then it looks like a sword. And then you have Zelda holding the words.
Wait. I was coming up with an acronym, and now you have a full logo.
Mm-hmm.
All right, for our bacon THC infused.
It
grease.
can't actually be Zelda. It's just going to look like
It's just gonna be
Zelda.
some grease on the shelf at the dispensary.
That'll be
It's
very-
THC bacon grease.
You can have the text be greasy as well, like
yeah,
dripping.
because it will be, because there's fucking bacon grease seeping all over the place. Yeah, it's just you see like fingerprints on the side of it. We put the labels on this. That's all grease. That's Dave's bacon grease. There it is, bacon grease, but with the THC above the. Yeah, there it is.
My name is Dave Wisnewski, and I approve this message.
Dave's bacon grease. Get it at your local dispensary today.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm ready to take off.
Fine.
So I think I'm ready to conclude this broadcast day.
That sounds cool. We did this for what? 50 whole minutes. So if you do it for 10 more minutes, it'd be a whole hour.
You know, I'm going to take a nap.
Yeah, it might be dark outside. It's kind of blue in here. I bet it is dark outside. Yeah. All right. Well, it's 6:11. You came by at fucking 1:11. No, you came at 10 this morning, dude. That's a full 8-hour shift. You were here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you spending your time on Toking Today and letting me come on to Safer Arizona. And
Yeah, a fun day.
it was fun, man.
So until next time, Chad's got a show tomorrow. Everybody should tune in.
Toking Today and Herbal Risings, Herbal Risings Facebook page is where we'll be broadcasting from. TokingToday.com is where we'll be hosting them from.
All right.
All right, guys.
Until next time, this was Safer Arizona.
Chado.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.